Hello world, welcome back to my channel. I am Sahil and today in this video I am going to show you how to develop a secure authentication system using PHP concept, PDO, MySQL and Bootstrap 5. Okay, so before going to do actual coding on this project, let's first see the demo of the final output of this project. Okay, so here you can see this is the home page where you can see the login form. This is the register link. If we click, then you can see this is the registration page. I can go back to login page if I click on this link, and I can go to the forgot password page if I click on this link. So let's first register myself. So here I'm writing my name, my email ID, password. So let's write both the different password and click on register. Then you can see an alert, password do not match. Okay, now again I will write my name, email ID, and this time I will write both the password correct and click on register. Then you can see we are redirected to this login page with an alert. You are now registered and can log in now. Okay, now let's log in with the correct email but with a different password. So here you can see it's showing invalid credential here. Now let's log in with the correct credential. You can see we are redirected to this user profile page with some information of user like name, email, created at, updated at. Okay, now from here we can log out. So just click on this log out. Then you can see we are again redirected to this login page. If I try to access profile page from the URL, then let's see what happens. So profile.php page, if I try to log in, to see the profile page without logged in, then we redirected back to this login page. Okay, so let's log in again. So this is the user profile page. Now if I try to go back to login page, then it redirected back to profile page because we are already authenticated. So it's redirecting back to the profile.php page. Okay, if I go to register.php page also, then it redirect back to profile.php page. So now let's log out and let's see. Suppose I am forgetted my password. Then click on this forgot password link, and this is the forgot password page. Here we can write the registered email ID. Suppose here I will write any other email ID which is not registered and click on this send reset link. Then you can see email does not exist, alert is showing. Now write the correct email ID and click on send reset link. Now this time you can see a success alert reset link sent to your email. Okay, now let's go to the email ID. This is my email ID. Here you can see an email is received with the subject reset password. If I open this email, then you can see hi, the name of the user Sahil Kumar, and this is the link which we have to click to reset our password. Okay, so just click on this link and then you can see this reset password page with two input field, new password and confirm password. So here I will now keep my password 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, if I just click on this, then you can see the password 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now in confirm password I will keep the same 1 2 3 4 5 6 and click on reset password. Now you can see password reset successfully. Okay, now if I again try to write any password and confirm password and click on reset password, then this time you will see invalid token. So this is only valid for one time. If you again use the same link to reset the password, then it will show an alert saying invalid token. Okay, so our password is already updated. Now go to the login page and try to log in with the older password and let's see what happens. So my older password is password, and if I click on login, then you can see invalid credential showing. Okay, now if I will use my updated password, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and click on login, then you can see I am logged in and redirected to this profile.php page with my information. Okay, so this is what we are going to develop today. Okay, So let's close this one, and also minimize this one. Okay, now first I will create a project directory anywhere you want. I am creating in my desktop, so here I will write authentication system. So here I will write secure underscore auth underscore system. Okay, and I will open this in my code editor. So I am using Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I will use this code editor. Okay, secure authentication system. So before going to create any file here, first I will design my database. Okay, so open your browser and go to php my admin. Okay, from here I will create a new database. So I will write my database name secure underscore auth underscore system. Okay, secure auth system, and here I will click on create. Then I will create a table inside this database and name it users. Okay, and number of columns, let's keep 10 and click on create. Okay, now here first column will be id, and make this auto increment and primary key. Okay, and here second column will be name, type will be varchar, and length will be 255, and then email. Okay, select varchar and length 255, then password, and then select varchar 255, then token and select varchar and just write 255, created underscore at, select timestamp and select default value, that is current timestamp, and then updated underscore at, select this also timestamp and default is current timestamp. Okay, now click on save. Okay, so sorry, secure authentication system. So this is our database and this is the table with these columns. Okay, so our database and table is ready. Now let's start coding. Okay, so first I will create a config.php file. Okay, config.php file, and here I will use opening php tag here. Okay, and then first I will define some constant. Okay, so I will use define function, and then I will use base URL, and here I will use this http localhost and then 8001, sorry, 8001. Okay, so this is my base URL. Just remove this slash. Okay, I'm just going to disable my GitHub Copilot because it is suggesting. Okay, now let's define some database credential. So here I will write database credentials comment, and then I will use define db host localhost, and then define db user root, and then define password is blank. Okay, and then database name is secure auth underscore system. Okay, now next what I will do is I will create an utility class. There we will define some utilities method. Okay, so here I will write utils.php file, and here I will define a class. Okay, so first I will use require once, and I will include the config.php file here. Okay, and then I will use class utils. Okay, and here I will define some method. So I will define first method, that is method to sanitize input values. Okay, input value. Okay, so here I will define static methods. Okay, so I will use public static function sanitize the name of the method is sanitize, and here I will use data. Okay, here I will, sorry, we can use input here, input, and I will use trim function first and then pass input parameter. Then I will use HTML special char, and then I will use strip slash, and then I will use return input. Okay, now next method I will use method to redirect to a given page. So here I will write public static function redirect and the page, and here I will use header, location, and then base URL, and then the page. Okay, now next method I will define method to set a flash message. Okay, so here I will write public function, sorry, I will define static method, so I will write static function, and then I will use set flash, and here I will pass some argument like name, and then message. Okay, and then here I will use if not empty session, and then here I will write dollar name. Let's disable this first, disable completion. Okay, for now. Okay, now here I will use unset dollar session, and then name. Okay, and here I will use dollar underscore session name, and then message. So what this method will do is this will set a flash message that we will use in our views file to display the alert. Okay, now similarly we will define another method to get a flash message, means to display a flash message. We will use another method to display a flash message. Okay, and here I will use public static function display flash. Okay, and here I will write dollar name and type argument, and here we'll use condition if it's set session dollar underscore session and dollar name. Then here I will use echo, and then I will use a div, and here I will use class, and in class I will use some Bootstrap class like alert, and here I will use type. Okay, and then here I will use dollar underscore session underscore session, and then dollar name. Okay, and then close this statement. Once the flash displayed in the views file, then we will unset the session message. So here I will write dollar underscore session and then the name of the session. So here I will write dollar name. Okay, I will create one more method, that is method to check if user is logged in. Okay, so here I will write public static function is logged in, and here what I will do is I will check a condition first. If is set dollar underscore session, and then I will use user, and in this case I will use return true, otherwise in else condition I will return false. Okay, so all our utility methods are defined. Now next I will first create a index.php file, that is our login page. So just write index.php file, and then I also write register.php file, create another register.php file. So first I will design this register page. Okay, so here what I will do is I will use this HTML5 boiler palette code, and here in title I will write register. Here I will use Bootstrap 5. Okay, so I will use CDN. So here I will write Bootstrap and search for the CDN link of Bootstrap 5. So just wait for a while and select this tutor Bootstrap, and then select the version, and then min.css, this file, click on insert into document. Okay, so this is the Bootstrap css min.css file CDN link. You can also get this CDN link from the official documentation of the Bootstrap site. Okay, now next inside body tag I will use class bgdark and bggradient. Okay, bg, this is for the body background color. Okay, and next I will use container div, and then inside this container I will use a row div, then I will use column lg, call lg, not lg, md6. Okay, and inside this column I will create a card with shadow class, and inside this I will use card header, and inside this card header I will use h1 with heading register. Okay, I will use some Bootstrap class to this h1, like font weight bold and text color is secondary. Okay, now if you save this and go to the browser, I'm going to serve this project using an extension, and the extension is, if you search php server, then this is the extension I'm using to serve any PHP file. Okay, so you can download this extension if you want, or you can manually serve a PHP file. So I'm just going to serve using this extension. So just right click anywhere in this editor and click on this PHP server project. Okay, if I click, then you can see the project is now the page is now displaying in the browser. Okay, now let's come back here, just minimize this one, and here in row I will use some more Bootstrap class. So here I will use min vh100 for minimum viewport height, and here I will use justify content center and align items center to center all the card, and then I will just come here and create card body with padding 5, and then inside this card body I will use form tag. Okay, and in form action I will write action.php. So basically this action.php is our controller file where we will handle all the actions like login, registration, forget password and all. Okay, and here I will use method post. Okay, so just write post, and inside this form tag I will first create an input hidden field. Okay, so just write input hidden field, and name will be registered, keep name register. Okay, and value, any value you want to send, I'm just going to send 1. Now just below this I will create a div with margin bottom 3, and I will use label for name, and here I will write name, and I will use input type will be text, name will be name, id we don't need id, so just remove this, and I will use class, and in class I will use form control, and this is a required field, so just use required attribute. Okay, now for email field I will again use margin bottom 3, and here in label I will write for email, and I will write email label here, and input type will be email, name email, I will not use id, so I will use class, and here I will use form control, and here just use required, and next I will use password. Okay, so just create a label first for password, and here also write password, and then just below this use input, and this time I will use type password, name will be password, I will not use id, instead I will use class, and here I will use form control. Okay, and this is also required, so just use required attribute. Now just copy the same thing and paste below. Here I will use confirm password. Okay, and here in for and name, sorry, we are using for attribute in label, so we have to use id in all the input fields. So for example, here you can see I'm using name in for attribute, so in input field we have to use id is equal to name. Okay, so just use name, and then id is equal to email, and here id is equal to password, and here id is equal to confirm password, and I will copy this one and keep the same in name attribute and for. Okay, save and just go to the browser and reload. So here you can see name, email, password, confirm password, all the fields. Now let's design a button. So for button I will use margin bottom 3, and then I will use input, and type will be submit, and value will be register, and class button primary. Okay, so I will use primary button, and then okay, if we save this and go to the browser and refresh, let's make this button block. So here I will use d grid. Okay, display grid. I'm using all the classes of Bootstrap 5. Okay, I'm not using any custom css. Okay, no need to close this, just use. Now just below this div I will use p tag, and here I will write already have an account. Then here I will use anchor tag, and I will use this slash to redirect to login page, and here I will write login. Okay, and in p tag I will write text center to center the text. Okay, now if you go to the browser and refresh, then you can see already have an account, and if I click on this login, then you can see we are redirected to this home page. Okay, so let's quickly design the login page also. So I'm just going to copy all the code of register.php page and go to this index.php page and paste. Okay, now here what I will do is I will just change the title to login, and here the heading of the card to login, and I will not use this name. Okay, so just remove this one, and instead of this name is equal to register I will use login, and I will keep one password. I will remove this one, and then just change here login. Now here we can change this message to like here we can write don't have an account, so just write don't have an account, then we can write here register.php and then here write register. Okay, if you save this and go to the browser and reload this page, then you can see login with two input field, name email and password. Okay, with a login button, and if I click on this register, then you can see we are going to register page, and if you click this login page, then we are going to this home, that is login page. Now let's go to this login page and also create one more anchor tag with a div with margin bottom 3, and here I will use anchor tag and then forgot.php and here forgot password. Okay, forgot password, and if I come here and you can see this is the link of the forgot password. If I click this, then here you can see not found message because I have not created this page. So just copy this one and create a forgot password page, and just copy the same thing of the login page and go to this forgot php file, and here what I will do is just paste all the code, and here in title I will write forgot password. Okay, forgot password, and then instead of this login heading I will write forgot password. Okay, and here action will be same, that is action.php file, and here in name I will write forgot. Okay, forgot, and value will be same, that is 1. Now next I will just keep one field, that is email. There is no need of password, so just remove this, and no need of this forgot password link also because we are already in forgot password page. And here just write reset send reset link. Okay, send reset link, and we can go back to login page. So here we can write go back to login page, and just here use this and write login. Okay, now if I go here and refresh, then you can see forgot password, email field, and there is a button and there is a link login. If I click on login, then again we will come back to this login page. Okay, now let's start working on backend side. So first I will work on this registration functionality. Okay, so for this what I will do is I will first create an action.php file. Okay, but before this first we will create a database.php file. Okay, now here we will write all the methods, we will define all the methods for database operation, like record fetching, inserting, updating, deleting, like that. Okay, so here what I will do is I will open the php tag, and first I will include config.php file. So here just include config.php file, and here I will define a class database with the name database, and first I will create a private constant. So I will use private const, and I will use dsn. Means data source network, so I will use MySQL database. Okay, so here we have to define our DSN, so I will use MySQL, then colon, then host is equal to, then here I will use db underscore host. This is our constant which is already defined in config.php file. Okay, now here we will concatenate, and then again we will use this semicolon, then db name and equal to, then concatenate again db underscore name. Okay, close the statement. So our DSN is ready. Now I will create a private member variable, that is con, and okay, and then I will define constructor method. Okay, so here I will write method to connect to the database, and here I will define a public constructor function, that is construct, and here I will use try and catch block. So I will try and then catch. In catch I will use PDO exception to handle the exception. Okay, so here first I will use echo and write some custom message like connection failed, and here we can concatenate the exception message, that is get message. Okay, now in try block we will access this con member variable and is equal to new PDO. We will use PDO. Okay, and then first I will use self DSN. Okay, and then self db underscore user and self db password. Okay, let me see what's the issue. Okay, so no need to use self here because these are the constant which is already defined in config.php. so just use the constant db user and db pass. Okay, that's it. Now our constructor method is ready. Just set some attribute. So this con it's set attribute, use set attribute method and then use PDO after error mode, and then here I will use PDO error mode exception. I will use error mode exception. I will use one more attribute, so just use set attribute method again. PDO default fetch mode is equal to PDO fetch a shock. So we will use this fetch associative array method always. So here I am setting a attribute. Okay, now next method will be for registering a user. Okay, so here I will define a method to register an user. So here I will write public function register method, and here I will pass some argument like name, email and password. Okay, and here I will write my SQL query first. So I will use SQL variable and then I will use insert into users. The name of the table is users and the name of the column is name, email and password. Okay, and here we will use values, and then inside this I will use named placeholder. Okay, so I will use colon name and colon email and colon password. Okay, now close the statement. Now I will use statement variable statement is equal to this con. I will use access connection variable, then use prepare method and pass the SQL variable. Okay, and then we have to bind all the named placeholder. So here I will use again statement and then execute. Inside this execute method we can just write name and then bind with the value. So value will come from this argument name. Okay, so this is the name, this value is belong to this value, this is the named placeholder. So we have to give assign this placeholder a value, a real value, and value will come from this argument. Okay, so when we will call this register function in action.php file, then we will pass the actual value here. Okay, and this value will come here in name placeholder and pass to this SQL query. Okay, so here in next we will use email and just write email, and then again here I will use password, then just write password. So this registration function is done. Now let's try to use this registration function So just open this action.php file. Okay, and first what I will do is just go to this action.php file, open php tag. Here I will include some files, so I will use require once. So first I will include utils.php file, and then I will include database.php file. Okay, so here I will write database.php file. I will then define a class auth system as ystm. You can name anything, you can also keep controller. I'm using auth system. So first I will declare a member variable that is private db. Okay, and then I will define a constructor method. So I will write public function construct. Okay, construct. And then here in this constructor method I will use session start method, and also I will initialize the db member variable to new database. Okay, this db and db is equal to new database. Okay, all set. Now next I will define our register user function. So here I will write handle register user. So here I will define a function public function register user, and here I will pass name, email, sorry, email, password. And inside this method first we will get the value into these variables, so name, and then we will use utils class name. So in utils.php file, if you see, I have defined all the methods statically. Okay, so no need to create an object of this class. We can directly access all the static files just by using this class name and then a scope resolution operator, and then call the function whichever we will like to use. So here I will use utils, then a scope resolution operator, and then I will use sanitize method. Okay, and here just write the name that will come from here. Okay, so just write name. Similarly for email I will write email and then utils, and then scope resolution operator, sanitize, and then email. For password I will write password utils then sanitize password. Okay, so all the values are now inside this variable. One more is confirm password, so I forgot, so just write confirm password. Okay, and here just write confirm password is equal to utils sanitize and then confirm password. Okay, now next what I will do is I will check this password and confirm password is equal or not. Okay, so here I will use if, and then password is equal to confirm password. Then we will use utils. Then here we can use set flash method that we already defined, and here we have to give a name to this flash. So here I will write register underscore error. So this is an error message, so that's why I'm here. I'm using register underscore error, and in message we can write the actual message like passwords do not match. Okay, and next we can also redirect. So we can use the redirect method that we already defined in utils.php file. So we will redirect back to register.php file. Okay, so just write the register.php file here. Now in case when the both password matches, then first we will get the user by email. Okay, so first we will check for the unique email. So for this we have to define one more method into this database.php file. So just come here, and here what I will do is I will define another method, that is method to check if email already exist. Okay, and here I will write public function get user by email. Here I will use email parameter, and then I'll write SQL for this. So here in SQL I will write select asterisk from users table where email is equal to email placeholder. Okay, and then I will use statement variable statement, and then I will use this, sorry, equal to this con, okay, connection, and then use prepare, then pass the SQL, and then we have to bind the placeholder statement execute, and we have only one placeholder email, so we can just write email and then pass the actual value from the parameter function parameter, and then we will create user variable and then statement, and then we can use fetch method to fetch a single row from the database, and here I will use PDO fetch a shock. So no need to use PDO fetch a shock here because we already set the attribute in constructor method in database.php file. So just use fetch, okay, and then use return user. So this will return the user. Now go to the action.php file, and here what I will do is here inside first I will create a variable user, and I will use this db. So we are now accessing this private member variable, that is db, and then using this we can call all our method that is defined in this database.php file. Okay, so in action we can call all the methods in this action.php file using this keyword, then the name of the member variable db. We are already created an instance of database class here, you can see in the constructor method. Okay, so we can now just write the method name, that is get user by email, and here pass the email. This is actual argument where value is passed. Okay, now we will check one more condition, that is if user is found. Okay, if user is found, then here we will use utils and then set flash and set flash. Okay, so in this case when email is already registered and already available in database, then again we will generate an error. So for this I will use set flash method, and again I will use register error, and then here I will write email already exist. So and then again we will redirect back to register page. So here just write register.php file again, and in case the email is unique, then again we will use else, and here first we will hash the password. So here I will use hashed underscore password variable, and here I will use password hash method, and here I will pass the plain password, and here I will use the algorithm, that is password default. Okay, so I'm using this algorithm. Now here I will use this, and then db, then I will use register method. Okay, this is already defined in database.php file. Now here we will pass all the actual argument, that is name and email and password. Here I will use hash password, okay, not password. So just write password. Now again need to set some successful message, so I'm using set flash here. Then here I will write register, instead of register error I will write register success, and then here I will write you are now registered, okay, and can now log in. Whatever message you want to display you can write here, and then utils redirect to login page. Okay, so here I will write this path to redirect back to login page. Okay, so this is completed. Now let's test the registration functionality. Okay, so first here I'm using fake filler. Okay, so here name, email, and both the password value is password. Okay, when I click on register, then you can see it's going to action.php file. Okay, because it's not working because I've not called this register user method. Okay, so to handle this register user method, we have to create an object of this auth class. Okay, and call according to the situation. Okay, so here what I will do is I will create auth system object of auth system class, and here I will check if exit dollar underscore post and then register. Okay, register, and here auth system, sorry, auth system, and then call the register user, and from here we have to pass all the values. So dollar underscore post name and dollar underscore post email and dollar underscore post password. Now let me show you why I have done this. Okay, one more is left, that is dollar underscore post and confirm password. So this is done. Now if I'll go back to the registration page, okay, and click this and click on register, then you can see we are redirected to this login page. And if you go to the database and click on these users, then you can see one user is present here with the name, email, password, hash password, token is empty, and created, updated at. Okay, now here you can see the alert is not showing. So to display the error and success message, we have to do some changes in this index.php file. So in index.php file, what I will do is I will just go to index.php file, and here first in the top I will use PHP open and close tags, and then I will first start the session. Okay, and I will include the utils.php file. So just write utils.php file here, and then what I will do is just come below and just above this form tag I will use PHP open and close tag, and here we can use the display flash method that is already defined in utils.php file. Okay, so for this we can use echo and utils, and then here what I will do is just okay, wait a minute. Yes, now here I will use display flash method, and we have to give the name of the class message. So here we want to display this register success, and then we have to just write the type of the message. So I will write success. So this success will be passed to this. Let me show you the display flash. So this success will pass here. So alert type will be success, and it will be visible in green background. Okay, and message will be passed here. Okay, in session name. So whatever the message will come in this session, in this session key, then it will be displayed here. Okay, so just go to this index.php file and close this statement. Okay, now save, and again go to register, and if I now Nick we also have to display the error and success message in register.php file. So go to register.php file before testing. So just go here, and again inside this file what I will do is just open PHP closing and open and close tag, and here I will first use session start, and then I will again use require once, and then include this utils.php file. And now just go below, and above this form tag I will open the PHP and tags again, and here I will use display flash. So I will use utils scope resolution operator display flash, and here I will use register success, and then sorry, not register success, here I will display the register error message. So register error, and then the type, so here I will write danger type. Okay, if I save this and go to the browser, refresh, now let's try to register with the same email ID that is already registered. So here you can see an alert with email already exists, so this is working fine. Now let's register with another email ID which is not registered. So here I will just change and click on register. So you can see this is now redirected back to login page with a success message, you are now registered and can log in now. Okay, so our registration is working properly. Now let's move on to this login functionality. Okay, so just come here and go to action.php file. So before going to handle the login user, first we will define some method to this database.php file. Okay, so just go to this database.php file, and here what I will do is, okay, let me just show you. Here I will define some more methods. So I already defined a register method. Okay, so let's define our public login method. Okay, so here first I will write a comment method to login and sorry, and user. Okay, and here I will write public function login, and here we will need only email and password. So just write email and password, and here we have to write the SQL query. So here in SQL query you will write select asterisk from users. Okay, where email is equal to placeholder email. Okay, now next we will use statement variable, and using this we'll access connection variable, and then prepare pass SQL statement execute bind email. Okay, so here we will write email. Okay, so email, and just write email. Okay, and then inside this first we will get the user if we found. So user is equal to statement, then fetch, and then what I will do is I will use condition if user, if there is any user with this email ID, then in this case what we will do is first we will try to verify the password. Okay, so here again I will check a condition, and here I will use password verify method, and here I will pass the plain password and then the hash password. So hash password will come from the database, so here I will use user then password. Okay, and in this case what will happen, we will just return the user, whatever the user we will return. And if the password do not match with the input field and password which was stored in the database, then we will return false. Okay, so just write false. And if user is not found with the email ID, then in this case also we will use return false. Okay, so this is our login method which interact to our database. Okay, and next we have to go to this action.php file, and here we have to handle the login user functionality. Okay, so just here I will define a method to handle to login and user. Okay, and here I will define a public function 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 public function login user. Okay, and this will take email and password. Actually we are defining this function in the wrong place. Just cut and this is the class, so we have to define within the class. Okay, so this is the correct place. Now here what I will do is similarly like registration, we will create email variable and then utils, then we will use sanitize and then email. Okay, and then again we will create password variable, utils, sanitize and then use password. Okay, now again we will use user, and then we will use this, sorry, user is equal to this db, and then call the login method that I just defined in database.php file. Here I will pass email and password, two methods. And if user will found, then in this case we'll check a condition. If user, then first I will use unset. I will not set the password in the session. Okay, so here I will use unset and then user and then password, and next I will use $_session, and then I will use user key, and then I will set whole user except this password in the session. Okay, and then here we will use utils class, then redirect to profile page. Profile page is not designed yet, so we will design later. Profile, and in case of user not found, we will use else, and here in else condition we will use utils, then we will set flash, then here I will write login error, and here I will write the message invalid credential, whatever message you want to display, just write here, and then we will redirect back to login page. So here use utils redirect and then the login page, so just use this path to redirect to the login page. Okay, so our function is ready, our method is ready, we have to handle here. So here what I will do is we can just use else if, and here we can check edge set and then post, sorry, $post and then login. You are thinking why I am doing this, I am checking this condition, it set post and login. So you can see from all the views I am sending all the data to the same action.php file. So for differentiating I am using this condition. Okay, and this values came from the respective pages, like from the, if you go to register.php file, then here you can see I'm sending an register key with value 1. Okay, so I'm just checking that if this register key is set or not. If this is set, then in this case just execute this condition. And if I go to index.php file, then here from the hidden field I'm sending this login key value. Okay, and value is 1 and key is login. So I'm checking in action.php file, else if is set post login. If there is any key which is set using post method, that is login, then in this case execute this condition. Now here we will use auth system, then call the login user method, and here we will just use $_post, and here I will use email and then $_post and then password. Okay, now you might be thinking that why I'm using here $_post and password. So we have to grab the values from the forms. So if you go to this index.php file, then here you can see I'm using name attribute with value email, and name attribute here value is password. So we are getting these actual value from this name attribute value that will send to this action.php file. Okay, so we are getting this from this super global variable, that is $_post email and $password. Okay, so this is all set. Now again go to this index.php file, and here what I will do is I will display login error message here. So similar like this one, just copy the same thing, and here we'll write login error instead of this, and here I will use danger. Okay, so now let's save and go to the browser, refresh, and try to log in with the correct email but wrong password, and click on login. So here you can see invalid credential, so it's working fine. Now let's try to log in with the correct credential and click on login. So in this case you can see it is redirected to this profile.php page. It means this is working fine. Now next we have to work on this profile.php page. Okay, so go back and then open this and click create a new file, that is profile.php file. Okay, and here also what I will do is I will design a profile page. So for the profile page what I will do is okay, so for profile page just go to this index.php file, copy all the code and go to profile page, paste. Here I will make some changes. Okay, so instead of this I will use user profile. I will also change this title user profile. Okay, and next we don't display any flash message here, so just remove this one. We don't need this form. Okay, so we'll just remove this form. Now inside this card body I will display some user information. Okay, so here what I will do is already session is started and utils.php file is included. Now next what I will do is I will design a table here. So table, class table, and table strict. Okay, and table bordered class for bordered table. Okay, now inside this table we will use some table row. Tr means table row, and then I will use th for table heading, that is name. So here I will use td table data, and here I will display the name. So I will use php shorthand tag, and here I will use user and name. So we have to first define a variable user. So here what I will do is I will just come here and I will use user is equal to, so by default I will use null here. Now I will check a condition if it's set and $_session user. So if there is any session with the name user is set, then in this condition what I will do is I will assign all the session value to this user variable. Okay, so here I will again use session and then user. Okay, save, and now we can use user and then name. Okay, now next just copy the same thing, duplicate this, and here I will display the email. So just write email and just user email, and again duplicate. Here I will write created at, and change the array key, that is created underscore at, and here updated underscore at. Save this, go to the browser and just log in again. So you can see a user profile with name, email, created at, updated at. Okay, so this is all set. Now we have to create one more button for logout. Okay, so just below this div, okay, here I will use another div, and here I will write some class, and here I will write card footer. Okay, and padding left and right 5, and text end. Okay, text end. Now here I will use anchor tag, and I will use class button danger. Okay, button danger, and then here I will write logout, and in href I will again send this request to action.php file with a query parameter that is log out is equal to 1. In value you can pass anything. I'm just sending 1. I just need this key is set using a get super global get method or not. Okay, so just save and go to the browser and refresh. So here you can see the logout button. Okay, if I click this logout button right now, then nothing will happen. It just log out, but it's not actually. Okay, so we have to handle this logout functionality. So let's quickly handle this logout. Okay, so here what I will do is I will go to this exam.php file, and here I will define one more method that is logout. So here I will write handle logout method, anything you want, and here I will write function logout user. Okay, and here what I will do is I will use unset function of PHP, and then here I will just remove this user session from the session, and then I will redirect back to login page. Okay, so here I will use redirect method that is already defined in utils.php file. Now we have to use here for logout. Okay, so here again I will use else if, and in this case I will use each set, but this time I will use $get method, because we are sending the logout is equal to 1 in the URL. Okay, query parameter. So we have to use $get and then the value of the key, that is logout. Now in this case what will happen, just call the function auth system and logout user. Okay, call this function, save. Now if I come here, reload this page, click on logout, then you can see we are coming back to this login page. Okay, now if we just see, if I just write profile.php file php from in the URL and click, then you can see we are accessing this profile page, but it should not access until we logged in. Okay, so how to fix this issue? So to fix this issue, just go to this profile.php page, and here first what I will do is, okay, so in profile.php page just come here, and we already started the session. So and in utils.php file we have already defined a method. Let's check once again. Go to utils.php file. Here we have already defined this method, that is logged in. So we will use this method to check if user is logged in or not. If user is not logged in, then redirect back to the login page, and if user is logged in, then redirect to the profile page. Okay, so now just go to profile.php page, and here we will check a condition. Okay, so if not utils then is logged in method. Okay, so we are checking if user is not logged in. So in this case we will redirect the user back to login page. Okay, so just write this, save, and now if I reload to this profile.php page, then you can see we are redirected back to login page. And if we try to access the profile page again from login page, then you can see we can't access profile page from the login page and from the URL. So this is now restricted. This profile page is now restricted, and whenever you want to create any page, any restricted page, then you have to use this code to restrict the page. Okay, so only authenticated user is able to access this profile.php page. Similarly, if we just log in and we are in profile.php page, okay, right now, so if we just remove this and try to access login page, then we are accessing. Similarly, if we go to register page, then we can see this register page. So it also should not behave like this. Okay, so if we already authenticated, then in this case we will redirect back to profile page when someone tries to access a login or register page from the URL. Okay, so in this case just go to this index.php page first. So this is the login page. Okay, so in login page what I will do is okay, so in login page session is already started, make sure session is started. Then just below this I will check a condition if utils. Now here I'm checking if user is logged in. Okay, so if user utils is logged in, and here we can just use utils and then redirect the user to profile page. If user is already logged in, then we can send back the user to profile page. So you can see we are in right now we are in login page, and if we try to access login page, then you can see we are redirected back to profile page. So we can't access login page once we log out. Okay, so once we log out, then we can access login page and registration page. So similarly, like here, just copy the same thing and go to the go to this register.php page and paste. Okay, so if we try to go to register.php page also, then we're not able to access. Okay, we have to click on logout page, then we can access this login page and then this registered page. And if we try to access profile page, profile page, then we can't. So all login and registration function is working fine. Now next move on to this forgot password. Okay, okay, so for forgot password, if we go to this forgot password, then here what I will do is I will write the registered email ID, and when I click on this send reset link, then it will send a reset link in the registered user email ID. Okay, so for this first we need to find email API provider which can send the email. So for this I'm using this smtp2.go.com. okay, smtp2go.com. so I will use this website. Okay, so you have to sign up, it's free. Okay, so just sign up and log in. Once you logged in, then you will get your API key and API documentation to send email from using API. Okay, using REST API. So I have already registered, and I'm going to log in this SMTP. So here, this is my dashboard. Okay, okay, so this is my dashboard. Here you can see SMTP. So this provide 1000 email per month free. Okay, now if you just go to this sending tab, then click on API key. So here you will find your API key. So this is my API key, and you can see the API documentation here. So just click on this API documentation. So you will redirect it to the documentation page. So first I will try using a REST API client. So I'm using here Thunder client extension. Okay, you can also download this Thunder client extension from the extension section. Okay, and from here what I will do is I will create on I will click on this new request. Okay, so I want to send an email using API, REST API. So here I will click on this email and then send email. Okay, so this is what we have to follow here. So first we will send a test message, then we will get the code from here, and then we will create a utility function to send as send email from our project. Okay, so let's come here and okay, so let me just come here. So this is the base URL, API base URL. Okay, so just copy this base URL and go to your REST API client. So here, this is my REST API client, and this is a post request. So select post. Now go to the documentation. Here you can see we have to append this email slash send. Okay, so just write email slash send. Okay, so this is the full link where we have to send the post request. Now in post request we have to send this uh, with this request with all this data. So let's go to this body tag, paste all the text, copied JSON. We don't need this custom header and attachment because we are not sending attachment. We only need API key and to from where we want to send the message, and the sender. Okay, and the subject, text body, and then HTML we want to send. Okay, so here in header just use application slash JSON, and I will not use a user agent, and here in content type I will use application slash JSON. Okay, now in body first I will copy my API key, so copy and then paste here. So I'm pasting my key here, and two, so I am just writing your T developer, sorry, @gmail.com, and sender, you have to write the email ID from which you have registered in smtp go.com, smtp to go.com. Okay, so here I will write my email ID. So here documents, okay, so this is the sender, so we can write sender, and this is the user receiver, so I will write it, and I will change in this all later. Just now click on send and check the response. If you get this response, data succeeded is equal to 1, then your mail is sent successfully. Now if you go to your email ID, then check here, you can see I have received an email with the hello test version, and this is my HTML message. So this is working fine. Now delete this. So how to use this in our project? So just click in this code and select PHP, and then select this curl method. Okay, now copy all the code. Now close this one, I don't need, actually I need, so just open in a separate tab, and now go to this utils.php file. Okay, here I will define a method to send a method, send email. So method to send email. Okay, now paste all the code. Before pasting I will define a static method, function static function send email. Okay, and here I will pass message. Okay, and static funds, not function, static public, sorry, public static and function here. Now paste all the code which was copied. Just remove this PHP tag from here. Now what I will do is I will remove all this content from here. Okay, just remove this content from here, and here I will use JSON encode method and pass the message. Okay, and all rest all will be same. Okay, you can do one thing here, that is just wait a minute. In utils.php file you have to, okay, here what I will do is, if there is any error, then here from here I will return false. So just write false, and if there is success, then from here I will pass true. That's it. Now next we have to go to action.php file, and we have to handle this forward password submission, form submission. Okay, so for this what I will do is just go to action.php file, and from here what I will do is, okay, Okay, so here I will define one more method, that is handle forgot password. Okay, so just write public function forgot password, and here I will use email because from this page we are sending an email. Okay, so we will grab this from this parameter, and now first we will declare a variable, email variable. Then using utils we will sanitize the inputs. Okay, so utils, then sanitize, then email. Now next, first we will check if any user present with this email ID in the database or not. So here we can use get user by email, which is already defined in database.php file. So here I will use this db, then call get user by email, and then pass email. And here I will check a condition user if user is found in database, then in this case first we will generate a token. Okay, so for token I will generate a token using bin to hex function of PHP, and here I will write random bytes of 50 character. Okay, you can use any value here. You can also use 10, 20, whatever you like. I am using 50 characters. Okay, now next I will use this db, and then here I will use a set token method, and this method we have to first define in database.php file. So just go to database.php file, and here what I will do is I will define a method to set a token. Okay, and here I will write public function set token, and here I will write email and then token. So we will once we will click on this send reset link, then first we will assign a token to the email ID which was requested for forgot password. Okay, so here you can see this is the token column, so we will update a value here. Later we will check the token is valid or not when we reset the password. Okay, so let's come here again. Now here first we will write the SQL query. So here I will write select asterisk, sorry, not select asterisk, here we will use update users set token named placeholder where email is equal to email placeholder. That's it. Now just using statement variable, we will use this on and then prepare, then use SQL. Okay, and then using statement we will bind inside the execute method, that is our token first. So just write token, and then write token and then email, and then use email. Okay, so this is completed. Now just return nothing, just return true. Okay, so this is done. Okay, now go to action.php file. Here we will use set token method, and here we will pass the email and the token which I just created above. Okay, so this will set a token on the requested email ID in the database. Okay, now next what I will do is I will create a link which will be sent in email. Okay, so here I will use base URL which is already defined in config.php file. Okay, and here we will use reset.php file, and here we will send email some query parameters value like email and token. Okay, so here first we will use email is equal to okay, so here we'll use email Okay, value is equal to email. Then here you will use ampersand to send one more value, that is token, and here you will concatenate with the token which we generated. Okay, and close this statement. So this is our link, reset link. Okay, now we'll prepare the message which will be sent in the email. So here we will define another variable message, and so here we will use paragraph tag p tag. Okay, now just close the statement first. Here I will write hello and the name of the user. So here what I will do is I will just use user and the name of the user, which is already fetched using this method get user by email. So we can access the name from the user variable. Okay, like this. And then next what I will do is hello name, and then again we will create one more paragraph tag, and here we'll write some message like please click on the following link to reset your password. Okay, password, and the link, and for the link we can use href attribute. Okay, we can use another p tag to display the anchor tag. So again here I will use a p tag, and inside the p tag I will use anchor tag. Now inside the href I will use the link which is already declared, and we can just use display the link itself, or we can display some message like reset now or anything you want, but I will display the link for now. Okay, so our message is also ready. Now just prepare the mail data that will be sent. So mail data is equal to, and then here we have to use API. So basically what I will set is just come here and copy all the, and go to action.php file. So just paste. Okay, remove this and this. We have to convert all these in array format. So select this semicolon, this semicolon, this, this, and change into array format. Now let's make all the field dynamic. So here into I can just write only the email. So just pass the email. Okay, which is already fetched from here. Okay, now sender will be same. So for sender here I will write my channel name, that is Decode Mania, and subject, in subject we can write reset password Decode Mania. Okay, and text body you can write any text body. Here I will write reset your password. Okay, reset your password. Now in HTML body we will pass the message. Okay, so just write message. So our mail data is ready. Now next I will check some condition like if utils. Okay, so we will call the method send email, and here I'll pass the mail data. Okay, so mail data. So if this execute properly and return true, then in this case what I will do is we will use util set flash, and here we will use forgot success. Okay, so we will set some success forgot page. So here I will write reset link sent to your email. Okay, and we can also use redirect. So we will redirect back to the forgot .php page. Okay, and if mail is not sent and returns false, then in this case we'll display some error message. So here I will use util set flash forgot instead of forgot success we will use forgot error. Okay, and here I'll write something went wrong. Whatever message you want to display you can write here, nothing special, and then just use redirect forgot.php. okay, so and in case the user is not found, so in this case also we will send the forgot error message. Okay, if user is not found with the email, so here we can use else. Okay, and here we can write message like email does not exist, does not exist. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see I have used here reset.php file which we have to design this page. So let's, for now here I will just display reset page only, we'll see this later. So now go to forgot.php page, and in forgot.php page first what I will do is here use php open and close tag, then inside this first we will use session start. So session start, and then we include the require ones, then utils.php file. Okay, we also check a condition if user is already logged in. Okay, so utils is logged in this case utils redirect to profile.php page. Okay, now next what I will do is we will display the error success and error message in the forgot password page. So just uh, above this form tag we will open the php close and open tag here, and we can use echo utils display flash, and then forgot error, and then we can just give the type. So for type I will use danger for error message, and for success I will use success here, and just write success, forgot success. Save this, go to the browser, refresh. Now I'm just going to write any email id which is not available in the database and click on reset link. Then in this case you can see this not working because we in action.php file we have not handled this, we have not called this method forward password method here. So here also just write else if, and then just write is set $_post. Here I'm using $_post because in forgot.php file you can see I'm sending a hidden field with the name forgot. Okay, that's why I'm checking a post with value forgot. Okay, and in this case I will call the forgot password method. That's it, but we have to get the $_post and then email, because only one value is sending from this forgot password page to this action.php page. Okay, so now just come back here, write an email id which is not available in the database, and let's see what happens. So here you can see email does not exist, which is okay. Now let's write the correct email id and click on send reset link. So you can see reset link sent to your email id. Now let's check the email id. So here you can see email has been received from the from Decode Mania, and this is the subject. If I click open this link, sorry, open this email, then here you can see hello over the username and the message, and this is the link. You can see there is token and email. Okay, so if we see this is the token, and this token should also update in the database. So if I refresh this users table, then you can see this is updated here. Okay, this token is updated here. Now next what I will do is I will click on this link, then you can see this reset.php file is open, okay, with this query parameter, this email and this token. Okay, now quickly let's design this reset.php file, sorry, page. Okay, so for this, what I will do is I will just go to this index.php file, and again actually go to this forward.php file and copy all the thing and go to reset.php file, replace. Here I will write reset password. Okay, and all is okay. Okay, now instead of forward password we can write here reset password. Okay, so just write reset reset password. Okay, and then here we will change these. Okay, so instead of forward we will write reset. So we have not uh, defined these class messages. Okay, so we will define later, but first let use this one. Now in action.php file, here in name hidden field I will send reset. Okay, and one field will be password, so password, and here just write password, and we also just copy this password in name and id, just password, and in type will be also password, and that is required. Just copy the same thing, just use confirm password. So for name and id will be confirm password, and okay, that's it. Here we can change the button value to reset password. Okay, and we don't need this, so just remove this one. If you save this and go to the browser, reload this page, then you can see this reset password page with two. Okay, so here we have to write confirm password and sorry, okay, confirm password. So this is all set. Now we have to handle this page form submission into the action.php file. So just go to this action.php file. Okay, before doing anything in action.php file, first we need a method from the database.php file. So just come here. Actually here we will define a method to update the password in the database. So all the database related stuffs are defined here, you can see. Okay, so here what I will do is I will define a method to update password. Okay, so here I will define public function update password method, and here it will take two argument, email and password. Okay, and then here first we will write the SQL query. So SQL query we have to write update users, the name of the table, set password is equal to password, and then token is equal to token. We will also update the token once the password is reset successfully. So where email is equal to email. So all the placeholders are set. Now we have to use statement variable is equal to, sorry, using this we will access connection prepare and then pass SQL. Okay, now next we will use statement and then execute, bind all the placeholder values. So first we will bind password with the password, and then we will bind the token back to null. Okay, so here we'll use value directly, we will pass null here, no need to pass anything, and then we will use email is equal to email. That's it, and just return true. So this is set. Now go to the action.php file, and in action.php file for reset password, what I will do is just go to action.php file, and here in auth system class we will write a comment first, handle reset password. Okay, now here we will define a method public function reset password, and here we'll pass token, okay, and then password, and then confirm password. So we'll get token, password, and confirm password, okay. And we can also get the email, but I think no need of the email. So okay, okay, so here what I will do is, in body of this function, I will first get the token. So token is equal to utils, and then sanitize. First we will sanitize all the inputs, because this is very compulsory for the security reason, okay. This also, sorry, for password, let's use utils sanitize and then password, okay. And then for confirm password, just write confirm password and then use utils sanitize and then confirm password. So all the variable are set. Now we have to check if password and confirm password matches or not. So here I will just check if password is not matched with the confirm password. Then in this case we'll use utils set flash, and here we will use reset error, the name of the flash message, and then here I will write password do not match, password do not match, any message that you want to display. And here uh, we will use utils redirect back to reset.php file with the token, because when we redirecting to another page, sorry, the same page, then the page will be reloaded without any query parameter. So we'll send the query parameter from here, okay. So just use token, okay, that's it. And then in else condition, if password matches, then in this case first we will get the user by email, sorry, get the user by the token. So we'll use user is equal to this, and then db, and then get user by token, get user by token. So we have to define this method also in database.php file. So let's go to database.php file first, and here what I will do is get user by token. So here I will define one more function, get user by token, okay. So here just I will write public function get user by token, and here I will only accept one argument, which is token. And in SQL query we will write select asterisk from users table where token is equal to token placeholder, that's it. Now using statement variable, sorry, stmt statement is equal to this con prepare SQL, okay. And then statement execute bind. So we have only token, so we can bind directly here like token, sorry, you have to pass like as an array here. Now we will get the user if we get user by token. So user statement, then fetch, only fetch, okay. Then return user. So if you will get any user by the token, then we'll return the user from this method, okay. Now just go to this action.php file, and now here what I will do is, okay, so here we will use this method get user by token, and here I will pass the token, okay. So if you will get any user available in the database using this token, then in this case again we will use if condition, if user, if we will get the user using the token, then first we will hash the password again, hash password is equal to password hash. We'll use password hash function. So password hash method, here I will pass the plain password and then the password default. That is our algorithm for hashing the password. Now again here we will use this db, then update password. Update password is already defined in the database.php file. So here we will use user email. So we'll get the email from this variable, which is already get user by token. So we are getting all the user details like email and token all. Okay, so we can access the email from here, from the database, and then we'll pass the okay hash password. We will only send the hash password here. Okay, and then we'll use utils set flash and then reset success. Reset error, instead of error just write success, and then here just write password reset successfully. Password reset successfully. Now we will also redirect back to utils and then redirect to the reset.php file. Now this time no need to send the token again because the password is already reset. So just write reset.php file, and in case user is not found with the token, then we will send utils set flash and then reset error. Then here we can write message invalid token. Okay, and utils. Now this time we can use the same redirect here. Okay, so all done. Now need to call this reset password function from here. So just use else if and $_post, and here I'll write reset. Now if reset is found from any form submission using post method, just write each set, then pass this one. Okay, now in this case we will use our system, then call the reset user. Oh sorry, reset password. Okay, reset password. Okay, and here we will pass the actual value. So here reset password post token and $post password and one more $post confirm password. All set. We only need to do one thing, that is go to reset.php file. In hidden field I will send one more hidden field, input hidden. Here I will write token, and we'll get the token from the URL. So to get the token from the URL, we'll use this PHP shorten tag to echo the value from here. So here I will use $_get and then token. Okay, all right. Now let's test this once. Okay, let me check. Okay, all set. Save this. Now just come here, reload this page. Now if I write any password like 1234567 and 1234567, so both password are not same. So if I click, then you can see password do not match, and here you can see the token is still in the URL. So now again let's write the same password, 1234561234566. Okay, and click on reset password. Then you can see password reset successfully with a warning on line number line number 42. This is happening because here you can see the reset password.php file has no any query parameter available. So to fix this issue, you can go to here and just use null collecting operator here. So if value will be there, then the value will if value will not be there in the query parameter, then there is no warning will be displayed. Okay, so all set. Now just go to login page again. So click here, login, And if I try to log in with the older password, then you can see invalid credential. Now if I try to log in with the updated password, that is 123456, then you can see I have just authenticated properly and all the user info is visible here. So this is all about complete user authentication using core PHP with OOPS concept. Okay, and I have used here Bootstrap 5 for designing all the pages, and I have not used any JavaScript code, you can see. Okay, so this is a secured authentication system which you can implement in your in any of your projects. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. If you liked this video, then hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Bye bye.